Welcome back to Lego by the Book. Today I'm going to be building Paris. This set was given to me forever ago. I don't even remember how long ago I was given this, but I do know it was quite a while, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to finally get around to build it. There were a lot of things ahead of it in the list, so I'm finally going to build it. I already have the larger scale l'Arc de Triomphe, and now I will have the whole of Paris. We've got the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, of course, a smaller l'Arc de Triomphe. I'm not actually sure what these are. I'm hoping it tells me, because I'm curious. So, here we go. Oh, it says on the back. Grand Palais, Champs-Élysées, Tour Montparnasse. Not Parnasse? 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 I don't know, it's French. Alright. Bags. And instructions. Lovely. Lovely. To stay is to exist. To travel is to live. Well, Paris is the greatest temple ever built to the material joys and the lust of the eyes. Neat. Alright. What do we got? Well, obviously the book is going to be really cool because these architecture ones are. Without a doubt, Paris deserves its reputation as one of the most beautiful and romantic cities in the world. L'Arc de Triomphe. Champs-Élysées. A very famous boulevard. Well, that is because it is lovely. It's also 10 lanes wide. It's amazing. What do we have here? Monolithic Skyscraper is located in the Montparnasse area of Paris, designed by Eugene Baudouin. Excellent. Fascinating. It's often criticized as being out of place in the Paris skyline, but offers unique panoramic view of the city's famous attractions. That is interesting. The Grand Palais, built in 1897. Universal Exposition. I see, of course, the Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower, and the Louvre. Cool. All right. Well, bags number one. Bags number one. Bin. I need a bin. Bin. Here we go. Oh, now. Look at this. We have bags in bags. That's not a sticker. It makes me happy. All right. Bags. More bags. All right. Here we go. We start with you. Any of you ever been to Paris? I have not. I have been to France, but we did not go to Paris for lots of reasons. Mostly because it's Paris. And neither my father nor I... It just keeps going. Good Lord. Missed a step. I missed a step. Okay. Both of us were more interested in other things. Now, someday I would love to go to Paris, but I would want to go with somebody who knew Paris. That was kind of the thing, is neither of us really felt up to the challenge of trying to navigate a city as, let's actually try to be in frame, a city as large and as complicated as Paris. And so my father was more interested in museums and other major sites, and I was far more interested in fortresses. That was what I wanted to see. I wanted to see places like Carcassonne and Chaumont and Chambord and Chenonceau and Langlaise and Castelnaud and Baynac. Those are the sorts of things that really interested me. Well, that wasn't in France. That was in here. Beard here. So yeah, we did not go to Paris, but if any of you have, I would love to hear about your experiences. What did you particularly like? What would you particularly recommend when I do finally go? Because as I said, someday I would like to go to Paris. Oh, we are just a larger base than I was expecting, and more complicated than I was expecting, which is cool. If not Paris, those of you who are either from France, or maybe there might actually be people from France who watch this channel, you never know. Where would you recommend? Because we actually had people from France who approved of our choice of not going to Paris. Yeah. But where would you recommend? We did get to see a number of amazing cathedrals. Chartres, Bayeux, Mont Saint-Michel. That was one of my favorite places that we went. That I would love to go back to. I'd like to be able to go and not be on quite such a whirlwind tour. My father wanted to see everything in one trip. And so we didn't get to see... We got to see a lot of things, but we didn't get to see a lot of those things. We went to a lot of places and we got to see a lot of things, but we didn't really get to see them in much depth. And I would have liked to have seen more of them. It was kind of a... He wanted to get to the next place, take pictures, and move on to the next place. And I understand that he'd wanted to take a trip through Europe his whole life, and this was his opportunity to, and so he wanted to see as much as he could. But I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of it, as it were. Alright, that appears to be the base. Now we start putting on the details, and I need to remember to stay in frame. So, I may stop talking and just build for a while. Don't mind me. There we have the first of our buildings, the Grand Palais. Palais? I don't know how it's pronounced. My French has deteriorated to the point of being non-existent. But it's cool. It says here, the Grand Palais is the strongest existing ironwork and glass structure in the world. Oh, it's the largest. It's the largest existing ironwork and glass structure in the world. Neat. Drain. What are we building next? Oh, we're not actually done with it yet. I have been hoodwinked. Alright, now we start building little buildings, it looks like. Alright, now we have the most glamorous cycle path. The prestigious avenue has been The final destination of the Tour de France since 1975, the riders do a series of circuits back and forth along the Champs-Élysées as a finale before the award ceremony. So, neat buildings and trees. Very pretty, very pretty. Alright. Aha! Now we build the skyscraper, the superstructure of which looks like a clown car. There's the the interior. Why they went with that particular blue and tan, couldn't tell you. But there's definitely parts I probably did not have in those colors, so... Not that that does me any good, because I definitely plan to keep this set assembled and on display, because it's cool. An immense window cleaning task. It is estimated that this 59 floor building has 7,200 windows. All right. Well, that is out of frame. There we go. That is bag one. We have all of the usual expected spare parts, of course, because all these little ones always give spares. Better to have too many than to not give enough, so they are always careful to give extras, which is neat, because I'm not sure I had some of those in those colors. Alright, we have built Louvre. The eternal enigma. The Louvre is home to Le Joconde, or the Mona Lisa, by Leonardo da Vinci, which is apparently the world's best known, most visited, most parodied, and most expensive work of art. I would like to go to the Louvre someday. Alright, we build more tiny trees. And then we have our tiny Arc de Triomphe. I have the larger scale one as well, which will be right next to this one, which will be hilarious. All right, now for the big one, the Eiffel Tower. Let's do this. Now I have actually built the big Eiffel Tower set for Bricks and Wheels. They had acquired it, weren't sure all the parts were there, so I built it to ensure that they were, and I don't know if it's still on display in their store, but it was for a while. And there it is. The long-lasting temporary exhibit. The Eiffel Tower was built for the Paris Exposition in 1889 and was not intended to be permanent, but it was to be dismantled in 1909. However, its usefulness as a radio antenna saved it from this fate. Huh! And now it's still there. Yeah. There it is. Very, very cool. Oh, hey, I have that one too. I just haven't built it. Oh, very cool, very cool. If there's a Seattle one, that would be a cool one to have, given that I, live near Seattle. Neat. Very cool. Very, very cool. And of course, the usual plethora of spare parts. Just loads of them. Very cool. Alright, well, there is the Architecture's Palais, and it will go on display down on my landing, where I have the other things like this, and I think it will fit in nicely. So, my thanks to whoever sent this. I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was the Talesians, but I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. It could be someone else. But whoever it was, they have waited patiently for a very long time, because I think I've had this for like 2 years or something. So, again, my thanks to you, and this was a fun little build. So, thank you for watching.